Hello everyone, hi, this is Mita, and today I want to talk about loyalty. So, because when we deal with relationships, there are so many expectations naturally because of our own charts. So, for some people, loyalty is important, and for some, stability is important, and for some just security is important, just feeling secure, and for many people comfort is also important. So today I want to focus only on the loyalty part, because this is the 8th house thing. The loyalty trait in relationships is coming from the 8th house. Why? Because the 8th house is where we share secrets. This is a house of secrets. Now, when we talk about secrets, we are talking about what is known only between you and me in this relationship. And most of the time, this is also information that is also known by our therapist, our advisor, our accountant when it comes to finances. So these are the things that many people keep secret, and this is why you find also a lot of psychologists being defined by the 8th house, because it is a house of sharing secrets. Now, when we're talking about shared life, we are talking about you and me knowing exactly what is going on in our relationship. A lot of people, many people, they only know what is going on in terms of our relationships from the things that they see in the 7th house. Because that is also the house of the public. So when we go out, take a stroll in on the streets, hand to hand, this is what other people see about our relationship, and then they can make their own conclusions. Oh, they look happy, oh, they're so happy, oh, they look good together, oh, they look weird together. All of these things, these are people talking from the 7th house. However, behind the closed doors, the people who really know what is going on between me and you is me and you, because we are sharing our relationship in the shared life of marriage and relationship. Remember, nowadays marriage is not really about the ring, because nowadays just moving in together, many countries, they view it as a shared life, and they recognize it legally as well, such things. So times have changed, obviously, and because times have changed, we have to redefine some of the things such as marriage. Now, when we talk about loyalty, we are talking also about the Scorpio zodiac sign, because this is the original zodiac sign ruling the 8th house. So many people with heavy Scorpio in their charts will definitely require you to show some loyalty, and they will be loyal to you. The problem becomes whereby now, because of their own chart, they come and expect you to deliver that loyalty. But we are different. Maybe your chart is prioritizing resources, security more than loyalty. Your chart is prioritizing comfort. Your chart is prioritizing going out and having fun, not really thinking about the Scorpio energy or the 8th house itself. This is where we now obviously suggest there should be synastry being done between you and your lover, or between you and your potential significant other, your fiance, before you get married, to see their priorities. What is your priority? What's my priority? Are you able to give me what I expect based on my own chart? Because remember, most of the time when we get into relationships, we don't get into relationships with the intention to help the other person. We get into relationships with the intention to satisfy our own chart needs. Most of the time, this is like a normal thing, whereby a man will be like, now I'm 33 years old, I don't have a wife, I need to find a wife. And the man doesn't say, now I'm 33 years old, I'm sure there's a woman who needs a husband. No, it's always reflected based on your own chart and your own needs first, right? So when we get into relationships, we are coming in with these expectations that are formed by our own chart, and all of a sudden we expect magic to happen. We expect the other party to magically match these expectations that are built based on our own charts, forgetting that this person also has his or her own chart, therefore has his or own priorities, his or her own expectations and needs that maybe may not be gelling with what I am looking for based on my own chart. So when it comes to the 8th house, which is the house of secrecy and therefore the house of loyalty, it is important to not just love, but really to build it based on this loyalty. Why? Because you see the person in their vulnerable state here. The 8th house is about vulnerability, whereby I get to see you without any of your clothes on, and you get to see me without anything on. And so this is like what? The most vulnerable state for many people. Yes, for some people, this is also a state of vanity, because people who have perhaps a Leo ascendant in their 8th house may actually want to expose themselves, to be praised, or you've got a nice body, you've got nice legs, you've got this, you've got that, right, for vanity purposes. Or maybe if you have other planets that are shining, such as Venus, whereby you want to feel pleasure, comfort, praises, be socially accepted through your temple. And then for you, you can not show too much of the loyalty if you don't get these things that make you feel good, that makes you be vain, So it depends, obviously, always on the chart. So when we talk about these things on YouTube, we're talking about them in an generalized state, because your chart may be different from your neighbor's chart, from somebody else's chart, and with aspects and other planets, all of these things, they do matter. Now, when it comes to the planets, there are also planets that are high on loyalty. Sun is not so loyal. No, it's not, because Sun is the king. The Sun is the king. It expects everybody else to be loyal to it, but not necessarily to them, not vice versa, because even in our world, the kingdoms and the queens and the kings, they could be committing horrible things to people and to citizens, but do you know what? They're not expected to be loyal to them. But for the citizens, they are expected to come and bow their heads. Oh, king, oh, queen, oh, it doesn't matter what you've done, to other nations, to our nations, to the city, to the citizens. Oh, you're just the king, I'm bowing to you. It is them showing loyalty and not vice versa. A queen and a king, they're not, bound to protect you. They're not. But you have the obligation to bow your head and give respect. So we can't say sun is loyal. And therefore, obviously, by default, the Leo sign, which is ruled by sun. Moon, same thing, because moon fluctuates. And in fact, going back to that sun, it's the same thing with the seasons, because when it's winter time, where's the sun? I'll wait. I'll wait. Where's the sun when it's winter time? It's not here. We can't see it. It's gone. Because the season has changed and it's no longer feeling that it should be here to be loyal to you, to give you vitamin D, to give you vibrancy, light. When it's winter time, the sun says ciao, adios, see you in springtime, I'm gone. That's not loyalty. That's not loyalty. Same thing with the moon. Moon is waning and waxing, changing states all the time. It is even eclipsed. And you expect loyalty from moon? What? Why? You can see the mood is changing all the time. Happy in the morning, grumpy in the night. So naturally, this also goes to the zodiac sign, Cancer. Cancer people are not as loyal as they are supposed to be, because this is supposed to be a nurturing sign. But in our life, in our real life, even our mothers, we as parents, we are not loyal to the point that we will lie for our kids. If our kids, they do something wrong, we as the parents will be like, hey, my child is just doing things that are not right. I am not going to stand up for that. I'm not. This is my child, but if they do something wrong, I am not going to be loyal and just pretend that they're doing something good. No. So even with parents, the mothering, the nurturing, the loyalty stops whereby there's a boundary that is being crossed. And we can move on to Mercury. Same thing. Mercury is naturally an adapting sign. It changes, its demeanor depending on who is sitting there at the table with it. If Mercury is sitting with the king, Mercury is speaking about serious business, giving serious conversations, advisory, high intelligence, sending messages about strategies, wars, how to garner resources from one country to another country. This is a serious individual. But then Mercury in the afternoon is with Venus. They're going to the nightclub. Mercury changes. He's like, yo, Ooh, we only live once, hey. And then you're like, hey boo, didn't I see this person with the king acting all? But now they just throwing it down, twerking. Hey boo, hey. That is Mercury for you. Duality. So that is the same thing as well with Gemini and Virgo signs. These people, they can be all serious and churchy and preachy. You're like, yo, hey, this person, man, yo, hey, I want to respect them. Yo, when I see them, hey. And then you see a Gemini or a Virgo in their comfort zone with their friends. You're like, hey, oh, the way she's so loud. Hey, she's so loud, man. Hey, she surprised me, right? That's just the nature. It is the same with loyalty as well. A Gemini, ascendant, sun, moon, whatever, or Virgo, they will show loyalty, but up until to the point whereby they will be at a loss. Then once they analyze the situation and they see that, hey, if I keep supporting you and being loyal to you, and I'm going to lose everything that I've worked for, I might as well stop here. Sorry, it's not affording me, the solutions that I'm looking for. Because remember, Mercury is always coming up with solutions. So once they calculate 1, 2, 3, they leave the situation. So you can't rely on those planets or ascendants for loyalty. Then we move on to Jupiter. You're gonna say, oh my gosh, Jupiter, please be loyal, come on, you're the guru. No. What? No. Jupiter is going to tell you point blank period that the Bible says this, thou shalt not do this, thou shalt not do that. The Quran is saying, this, thou shalt not do this, don't do that. The Vedas, they say you should not do this, you should not do that. Why would you do this? You must now learn your lesson from your experiences and be a better person, change your life, learn from these experiences, motivate you. That's what Jupiter is going to do. It's not going to follow you and be loyal to what you do if you're doing wrong. No, they're going to preach. They're going to preach, open up the Bible, give you lessons. Yo, I just want you to show me loyalty. I know. You're crossing the boundary. I have a boundary as well. And you're crossing it. Because we must remember Jupiter, my voice is starting to slip away. We must remember Jupiter is the ruler of the 9th house. This is the higher laws. These are the creators of the policies, the law. So now you want Jupiter to be loyal to you, whereas you breaking the law? What? No, that's not gonna happen. Okay, fine. What about Saturn? Saturn must be loyal. Come on, Saturn must be loyal, please, because Saturn is about righteousness. Stop. No, Saturn is not gonna be loyal. No. What is Saturn about? Justice, fairness. So if you're not fair, if you're not being just, don't expect a Saturnian partner, Capricorn, Aquarius, to be loyal to you, because you are no longer now meeting up to their justice, level, fairness level. So they're going to leave you. Bye. So then who's going to be loyal to me? Because Neptune, no. Uranus, no. Lilith, no. Chiron, no. Pluto, no. Who? There is hope. There is one person who's going to defend you even if you're doing something wrong. It's not Ketu, it's not Rahu either. It's Mars. Mars is going to defend you regardless of what you're doing. Because Mars is the ruler of the 8th house, number one, but also Mars in our relationship, in our real life, this is the soldier. The soldier is loyal to the flag, to the country, to the government. They don't care if the government is committing crimes in other countries. They don't care. They just say, I'm committed to my flag. I've pledged to my flag, to my country. That's all. That's all I know. That's all I'm going to do. And then they go and fight. Regardless of it's a justice fight, war or not. They don't care. They're loyal to the king, to the government, to the flag. So a person who's high on loyalty is somebody who's ruled by Mars. It could be obviously Atma Karaka. It could be in terms of the Aries sign, the Scorpio sign. It could be in terms of exalted Mars. These people, they are high on Mars and they will be loyal to you. Placement as well. Mars in the 8th house. You would be doing the most criminal things and this person will be like, don't worry, I'll defend you. I'll defend you. I'll protect you. But I've done this and it doesn't matter. You're my friend or you're my husband, you're my wife. I'm loyal to you. I'm committed to you. So when it comes to loyalty, Mars becomes extremely important. We need to look at Mars in Synastry. What is it doing? Is this person going to be loyal to you or is this person going to backstab you? What is the relationships when it comes to the Mars? So ladies and gentlemen, with that I must leave you now because my battery is going off. I would have liked to chat some more, but I must say, bientôt. I'll chat to you soon. And ciao, and ciao, and ciao.